Okay, here we go. Watching the new Spider-Man No Way Home official trailer. First time, first reaction. Here we go. Hey everybody, Leemus here. Move my hand sanitizer there. So I'm not in the middle of the shot at all. So I'm here to talk about and give my reaction. Thought I would hop on, do a quick video talking about my thoughts and reactions on the new Spider-Man trailer that dropped last night. We're over on the East Coast, so it was a little after 8, right? Or maybe even close to 9 o'clock, I think. Our producer / my wife is here with me, so if you see me asking questions to someone, some invisible person off camera, that's who. Although the baby is also here, so she can feel free to answer if she remembers what time the trailer dropped, but that's besides the point. I'm not sure I'm going to understand what she says yet. But, yeah, so trailer dropped last night. We were super hyped for it. We knew it was coming out, obviously, because of all the announcements. So we had kind of been keeping, like, me and Dachi was playing some of the new Halo Infinite multiplayer, and I had YouTube pulled up on the side, and I kept like, after every Halo match, I'd refresh and waiting for it, because we have a smaller TV back here in the bedroom, and then we have our big TV in the living room, and we wanted to watch it on the big TV, right? I know they had an actual event over in LA where people was getting to see it on like a big screen, and that's the biggest screen we was going to get to see it on, so that's what we made our own little event out of it. And I did record my reaction. I'm not sure. It's my first time ever trying to record a reaction video, so I don't know how well it'll turn out, but I will throw that up here. I'll probably put something over top of the actual trailer audio because obvious copyright issues, all that goes to Marvel and Sony. But I will put a link to the trailer on Marvel's YouTube channel down below in the comment section, so you can go watch the trailer for yourself and give us some of your own thoughts. Yeah, it looks exciting. So, obviously, some of the big thing, and if you don't want to know anything about the new trailer, or if you want to go into this completely blind, no spoilers or anything, not even trailer spoilers, then obviously this video is not for you, because I'm going to be going into detail about scenes in the trailer. Starting now. Okay, so, first off, the big thing. Everybody's looking and waiting for any kind of sign that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in this movie. And I feel like there was a lot of little details that was and nods in that direction, and things that even I missed the first time watching through it, until Dachi and my wife both had to point out, because I was kind of skeptical. I was like, well, my opinion was if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was going to be in the movie, that they would have put it in this trailer. I thought for sure they was going to at least tease them a little more. And they really didn't on the base level, on the eye level there. And so I was kind of just like, well, maybe it really will just be the villains from the other dimensions and stuff. And I'm like, I want to be okay with that. Part of me is like, even if Andrew and Tobey don't show up, this movie looks great. Like, it looks like Tom Holland is really coming into his own. He's really, you had like Civil War and then even Homecoming, where he's kind of this goofy teen, still not really sure of himself or his powers. Then you had Far From Home, where Far From Home was a great movie, by the way. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. I have it on Blu-ray, but it also felt kind of like a filler episode, where it didn't feel like there was a whole lot. And maybe I need to rewatch it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, but maybe I need to rewatch it, like, and really focus in. But it felt kind of like a filler episode, right? It's the fun romp in another place. I feel like with Far From Home, the lesson that he kind of learned in that, or learned by the end of that, was not to rely so much on other people, because it had been Tony before, and then he started relying on Mysterio to take care of everything. He kind of got used to depending on other people, and then even Infinity War and Endgame. So he kind of learned the lesson at the end of Far From Home that he's got to stand up a little bit on his own, and then this one feels like there's going to be more of that, of him kind of like, yes, he's got Doctor Strange, and there's nods that the other Spider-Men are going to be in this, but I feel like this one, he's finally going to kind of take more of a leadership kind of role, or stepping up kind of role. It looks like they're really putting him through the ringer. He's got to go through a lot of stuff. He's learning a lot of stuff. They make the nods and the reference to the fact that Strange tells him when these villains go back to their own timeline, they're killed by the other Spider-Man, by the Spider-Man of their timeline. And then that's when Peter Parker of the MCU is like, well, no, we can't have that. There's got to be a different way. We don't want to send him back and just get killed. That's wrong. But in a way, he's kind of taking charge there. He's not just doing the whole relying on somebody else's wisdom and guidance. He's listening to his own conscience, and he's like, no, we're not doing this. And that's when he fights Doctor Strange on the train and steals the big box thing, which is all very exciting. Again, he's got his little buddies there with him, and Happy's there, Aunt May's there, all the good characters we've come to know and love. And then the villains. Like, obviously, we finally got a real good shot at Sandman, Electro. I love the new outfit, by the way. More comic book accurate for Jamie Foxx's Electro. Looks awesome. You got the Green Goblin's back. His costume looks pretty much about the same, but it's a great costume, so why change it? Doc Ock, who the biggest upgrade it looked like he got was some point in there, he gets some kind of like almost Stark Tech, Nanotech looking upgrade for his arms, tentacles, whatever you want to say. And then you've got Lizard. We got a better look at Lizard. He looked a little bit different. Looked like the CG and stuff was a little bit better, which granted, it's been a long time since Amazing Spider-Man 1 came out, so obviously our technology's improved. And then it looked like what we had a good look at another Green Goblin. Now, there's a lot of debate back and forth online over who this is or which character it is. Or I've heard some people say it's Willem Dafoe, just in a different upgraded outfit. He's just upgraded his armor and stuff, and he's wearing goggles and stuff. I've heard that it's the Dane DeHaan character from Amazing Spider-Man 2, and he just got an updated look. And then I've heard it could be James Franco's, just played by a different actor, but still be Harry from that universe. Which makes the most sense to me because of the goggles and kind of the way his hair, or I can't remember if it's hair or it's a hood. And then also it's shooting out the pumpkin bombs with the little blades on the side, which was a big thing that Harry in Spider-Man 3 used, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3. So that one's kind of a mystery. Like, they tease it, but it's just not clear enough to get a for sure answer, at least on all the stuff I've looked at. I hope that it is one of the Harry Osborn goblins. Like, it'd be fine if it was Willem Dafoe. I love Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, but I kind of like that he has his whole thing already, and I would love the fact that they're bringing in another goblin. Could even be a different goblin from a different universe or something that we've just never met. Maybe they're just introducing a whole new one. I mean, it is the multiverse, and Doctor Strange just say that there is a huge multiverse, so there's a chance that it's not from any of the movies. Maybe it's a Green Goblin that we've not seen from any of the movie universes we know, just from a completely different Spider-Man universe. You never know. And so that brings me to my last point that I want to make and talk about is the other Spider-Man. So, at first, the points I was thinking of is that at the end, Doctor Strange is doing a spell, and there's all these purple things in the sky, and he does the whole I'm trying to hold them back, or I'm trying to keep them from coming through, but they're getting through anyways, or I can't hold them much longer. So my questioning at first was, well, who's coming through? Like, because if all the villains are already here, then who else would be coming through the multiverse portal, which would be the other Spider-Man, in my opinion. But I also think it could be more villains. I think some of the villains that we see early on, like Doc Ock clearly is probably one of the first, and Green Goblin are some of the first ones to show up. Because that brings you to the part where Peter and Ned and MJ got Doc Ock in the little like underground prison thing. So I think they maybe get there earlier, and that what he's trying to hold back is when Sandman and Electro and some of them show up, maybe, possibly theorizing. Now, there have been pictures and videos and slowed down videos and screenshots of the scene where it's Tom Holland Spider-Man going up against Sandman, Electro, and Lizard. And if you really pay attention, the first big thing is that Electro and Lizard, the way they're angled and the way they're looking, they're not even looking at Tom Holland Spider-Man, because he's like right in the middle and they're like up and down, and they're just going like leaping straight ahead and looking straight ahead, not even looking at him in the middle. So the theory is, Marvel's done this many times before. We've seen it with Civil War, where they edited Spider-Man himself out of the trailers, our Spider-Man, to keep that a secret. We've seen it in Avengers Endgame during the walk, where they're all got their time suits on, getting ready to make the time jump. They edited 2 or 3 characters out there. Also in Endgame, the scene when Tony's ship lands, when he's landing and everybody's looking up in that little field there, they edited characters out of that. So they've done it before, and the theory is that they've edited out Toby and Andrew from that shot. Also, if you go slow-mo, it shows Lizard getting hit, his head hit, and him reacting when there's nothing there on screen, on camera, because Tom Holland's is still in the middle here, and his is like down here. Before he even gets to where Tom Holland is at, you see his head get hit, and it looks like he's being hit by the air. And yeah, so there's a lot of theories that that's going to be Toby and Andrew, which is pretty much concrete confirms. And we've seen all the pictures, seen all the set photos and videos, and like I said, it's just like with UFOs. That many people seeing the same thing and having this much evidence, it's kind of hard to disprove it or disavow it. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but so that all is exciting. One thing that I'm hoping for, I will start off by saying my favorite live-action Spider-Man is the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I know. Hate me. Sue me. I look forward to your letters. Andrew Garfield, here's the thing. I will admit that his movies were problematic, that the Amazing Spider-Man movies were a little problematic, but Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and Peter Parker was my favorite. Just hands down. My wife says Tobey Maguire, so I respect that. Me and her talked about it yesterday. It doesn't matter who your favorite is. It's Spider-Man. We all love Spider-Man. That's just hands down. My favorite Spider-Man from the comics is Scarlet Spider, which is Ben Reilly, which is a clone of Peter Parker, technically. Get into that a whole nother time. But the Scarlet Spider is my favorite spider suit and favorite spider-like character in the comics. And then favorite spider villain in live action, it is Doc Ock. Alfred Molina, Doc Ock, and in the movies, in live action, in the comics, it probably would be Morbius, even though he's kind of an anti-hero. It's either Morbius or Carnage. If you consider Morbius an anti-hero, then I would say Carnage, but if not, then I'd probably still stick with Morbius. So yeah, so the only other thing I'm hoping for is Andrew Garfield. There's the scene. And a lot of people saying, too, that they could have, I meant to bring this up, that they could have photoshopped Tom Holland's head or face over top of a scene that's going to actually be Toby or Andrew. or even like his hand or his suit. So again, one of the big theories is that when in the trailer, when Zendaya's MJ is falling off of that, I guess it's the Statue of Liberty. I looked at a picture. It's actually the Statue of Liberty that's under construction to put a Captain America shield on it, which is awesome. But when she's falling off the construction stuff, and it's very similar to the Gwen Stacy scene, and you see Tom Holland Spider-Man jump, and he kind of does the propelling himself to try to get closer and reaches his hand out. There's a theory that one of the other Spider-Men are actually going to come in and save her. And the one that I, myself, and I've seen a lot of other fans really want is for it to be Andrew Garfield. To kind of, as a redemption arc for the Gwen Stacy thing, to kind of redeem. He's not going to let another person die kind of in a similar way. He's going to save her to kind of help boost himself feeling better about it. And so that's what I'm really hoping for. I hope that that does happen. I think that would be awesome. That's why a lot of people are saying they think that it's actually going to be Andrew's Spider-Man's hand that's reaching out to grab her, and he's going to be the one to actually get a hold of her. But they just edited over it to look like Tom Holland's spider suit, obviously to throw us off the track. So, yeah, I mean, amazing stuff, dude. They introduced all the villains. They had some good little banter with Doc Ock and with Doctor Strange. Had some good action scenes, had some good teases, had some really good, like, intense kind of drama moments. Everything you want in a Spider-Man movie or trailer. December 17th, I'm excited. I can't wait. Our goal is to watch it opening weekend and hopefully do a spoiler spoiler discussion. We've not done one of those in a while, so hopefully we'll do one of those, breaking down our thoughts about the actual movie when it comes out. And then we'll know for sure who all's in it and who's cameos and who's teases and what's going to happen, where the future of Spider-Man hangs in the web, so to speak. But thanks for stopping by. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the trailer. Let us know your thoughts below if you have any opinions or thoughts or conspiracy theories about it. And as always, enjoy. Hey everyone, Leemus. Hi everybody, Leemus and Ivy here, and we're today's video. We're going to talk about new Spider-Man trailer. Talk about our thoughts on the new Spider-Man trailer. You got any thoughts? How'd you like? Did you like that new trailer? It was wild, wasn't it? It was wild. I know. It was insane. I know. What a great trailer that was.